has begun. So forget any ideas you had about anything contrary to that idea. It's recording now. And here comes the show, beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. This is Barbie J.H. I'm 73 years old, and I am a gay advocate. Go gay, people.
Who are you talking to, Nandor?
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream,
The morning stream. You didn't say the magic word.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moan and Scream. It's TMS. It is Tuesday, November 24th. It is 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. How's your morning?
Oh, I don't know. I took the dog for a poo and decided to make it a full half hour because I was just like, you know what? This will be my morning sort of walk. Let's get the heart rate up. Let's get out there. Let's do this. And later I'll do treadmill. So that's fine. A little two a day going on, you know. So I'm out there with the dog, and I got gloves on because it's cold. It's like 20 degrees today, so it's a little bit cold. And then the dog pooped, and I was like, oh, great. I better take off one of my gloves, then put on the bag, then pick up the poop, and then go on about my day and throw it in the trash. But when I got to the trash and threw it away, I looked down and realized I had somewhere dropped my glove. So I was like,
oh, no.
Damn it. I didn't know what I did. I probably put it under my arm and then forgot that it was there, and then it just fell.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, and then, right.
So I backtracked.
Did you circle back for it?
I did.
Yeah.
I found it. Actually, the dog found it. She seemed to be hunting around for something and found it. I guess she found my scent.
This smells like you, Dad.
Yeah, this is yours. You should put it on. So I put it on, and everything was fine.
Very good. Excellent.
Anyway, so yeah, Tuesday is just whatever. I still feel a little bit off my, been gone for a week
like
sort
you're
of
still
game.
on a vacation kind of mode. Sure.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling. I like to be able to just jump back in. But yesterday was like incredibly busy, and we got a new WoW expansion out yesterday.
We did. Yeah. How'd you do? How far have you gotten?
That's both work and fun for me. So I would say probably. Well, let's see. I got to the first. Probably 3 or 4, maybe 3 story quests into the first, not Bastion. The first zone, but the Bastion. After leaving the Mon and Erebos or whatever the hell it's called. What's it called up there? Where the robots sit
Oribos.
There?
Yeah,
Oribos. Yeah. So I got out of there. I loved it there, by the way, because those robot people are badass.
They really are. And it wasn't until I saw the outside view of Oribos that it finally clicked. That's like, oh, that's an hourglass. I totally get it now.
Yep. And they're in charge of sending you to your ultimate destination there. But stuff is broken, so you got to help figure it out. But I just love talking to them.
All the things.
They're all great. They're just like, you're welcome here among the Oribos. Beep, boop, beep. Like, just great, like, ASMR robot-y people. I love them.
They remind me a lot of the... those guys we first saw. I think Burning Crusade is when we first saw those guys, but now they're all over the place, like Void Storage dudes.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are cool. And they remind me a lot of that, where it's like it's a glowy thing kind of trapped in an encased humanoid shape, but some of the glowy comes out in different parts.
Yeah, you just want to grab one of their like bandages and rip it off and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Just nuke the whole shop. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's cool so far. I'm not very, like I said, I'm not very far. I expected to play a lot more than I ended up doing, but I ended up with so much stuff to catch up on yesterday that I had to not just sink my whole life into it. So
I was exactly the same way. I'm like, all right, well, I've got 4 projects that need to get done. If I tell myself, I'm just going to play WoW for half an hour, then I'm going to play for 2 hours and I'm going to completely screw it up. So. Got everything done, went and hung out with Tina for a little while, and then last night came back and played some for
nice.
a little while. Right?
See, now here's the thing. I always say this, but I mean it this time. I'm not going to rush myself through the leveling experience. I'm going to take my frickin' time.
Okay.
Most of the time, I get a little, not FOMO, but just like this feeling that everyone's ahead of me. I got to hurry up. Everyone's there already. I'm not doing that this time. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to, if I have an hour, that's what I got. If I have a few hours, great, I'll do that. But I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to try to pound these 10 levels into my soul like I usually do. So that way I can enjoy it. Take it,
There you go. That's good.
Look at
I just want to be ready for raid when raid starts up, but I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm reading every quest more than I usually do, instead of going like, yeah, accept. All right, what do I need to go get him? All right, kill
Right.
thing. Yeah, but bring him back. All right,
Yeah,
accept.
I'm way
continue.
more interested in the arcs of the story. I'm listening to the dialogue, which thankfully
Oh,
most of it's
so many
voiced.
great cutscenes too.
Yeah, all that stuff's great. Yeah, I want to take this one. I want to take my time with this one, because here's the thing: when you get to the end game's either good or it's bad, or it's whatever, right? Like it's rating for some people, for other people it's whatever other end game content there's there, and you'll either love it or you won't, or you'll fall
battles
off
or whatever.
Yeah, and maybe you'll fall off, and maybe you won't fall off, and I don't plan on falling off. But if I do, at least I will have enjoyed that, that mostly single player story event sort of stuff in a way that I usually don't. So I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So F you, anyone who contradicts me. Take that. All right.
Oh, I have until show just says I have until January. Raid doesn't start until January. Oh, good. Okay, plenty of time.
Oh, yeah,
Scott might even make it. He might even make it to raid.
I'll bet I'm there by January. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I'm not saying I'm going to just drag my feet for 6 months. I'm saying I just won't do it in a week like usually.
Right.
It'll probably be about a month. But that's, we got that plus some till raid, so it's fine. It'll all be fine. Hey, Brian, you made a solo. That is to say, Han Solo and the film Solo prediction.
It wasn't like a prediction that I made only by myself.
No, you didn't sit by yourself and say, I have a prediction, and no one heard it. You made a prediction.
If a Brian makes a prediction in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does he even make a sound?
I mean, that's a great question, right? Well, it turns out that as long as it's on a podcast and people are listening, it does make a sound. And on TMS 376, which would have been back in early 2012, I want to say. I think that's right.
That would be right, because if we started in January 2011 and doing about 20 shows a month.
Yeah, it's about
so
right.
Probably, early to mid.
Something like that. Oh, but here it is, February 7th or something of that month of that year.
Okay.
So we were about a year into our show. And there was talk or rumblings about a Han Solo movie that had just started sort of happening. People were talking about it. And this is long before any kind of casting of anybody or anything. We just weren't there yet. And at the 55-minute, 57-second mark, you made a bold prediction that listener Richard sent to us. And he said, I can't believe I heard this. And I said, well, I'm playing this on the show. So here it is. Brian, I'm going to play that little segment from that time.
Okay.
And look what you did. This is amazing. Now, remember, at the time, we had zero concept of anything. We didn't know directors, writers, casting, anything.
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing. Now hear this. Han Solo's a known property. We know what to do there. I don't know. The challenge.
We want to see him win the Millennium Falcon in a poker game with Lando, right?
That's actually a pretty cool idea right there. All right, now, just real quick, let me pop in here.
I know it's not poker.
But still, no, not even that. That to me is a early prediction already. That's you saying, hey, we want to see that game. And you did. You get it in that movie.
You totally get it, yeah.
So you made two predictions without even knowing you made one of them. One of them was that. Yes, we got to see that. All right, so that's number one. Maybe that was a safe prediction. I don't know, but still notable. All right, here's the big part.
Yeah.
Who would play Lando? Let's cast that.
Donald Glover from Community.
Brian, off the cuff, out of nowhere.
Wow.
Out of nowhere, out of nothing other than your love of Community, which I think was even still going in 2012.
It was definitely still going in 2012, yeah.
You called it, dude.
Wow. I didn't even throw out other names before that. It's funny. All right, cool.
In fact, it sounded throwaway.
Do I ever say I'd like Phoebe Waller-Bridge to play a robot? Or I hope we find out why the Millennium Falcon has a little cutout in the front of it.
Yeah, none of that. You didn't do any of those, but you nailed the casting. And I just when he sent that in, I just thought, holy crap, we're playing this on the show. So well done.
That's cool.
If anyone out there knows of any other bright-eyed predictions we made on the show and had them come true, let us know.
Yeah, I'd like somebody to find out that I was actually the inspiration, the reason that Donald Glover got hired to play that role.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That is like, oh, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Let me go let my friend over at Lucasfilm know, and we'll get it all set up.
Who wrote that movie at first? It was because it changed. It was Lord and Miller, right? The
Oh yes,
They
right.
started, and then they
'cause
were
it did get
directed,
changed. Yes,
and then they got booted because somebody wasn't happy. Like Kathleen Kennedy had a bad day or something, and so they all just
right,
left.
exactly.
And then they got Ron Howard in there to clean it up. And
right.
so who knows? Maybe in that scrum, in that mess, somebody said, "You know,
Maybe
I got this
somebody heard that
podcast I
episode,
listened
yes.
to, and I heard this guy named Brian Ibbett. He had a suggestion. We should call Donald Glover on the phone.
You know that guy on Community that does the Troy and Abed thing? Yeah,
He'd be great. Put him
he'd
in.
be great. He's a little childish. I'm gonna go let him know about that.
Oh, well, he likes to gamble. So
When did the Childish Gambino alter ego start?
I have no idea. That's when Nick started loving him. Was when he started rapping him, or when he started rapping. But I don't know when that was. When did that happen?
Yeah.
I wonder. Hold on. Childish Gambino started. Okay. Here we go. This says here, Childish Gambino. Okay. 2013.
Oh, really?
It
Wow.
says.
So this was even pre Childish Gambino. I mean, he was probably, rapping and stuff before that, but hadn't come up with the alter ego yet. Maybe.
It was called Because the Internet. Was that the name of the album? I think.
Maybe.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's make sure I have this right. Oh, he did a mixtape called Poindexter in 2009.
Okay.
When he did use that name.
Oh, he did use the name Childish Gambino. Okay, so that's when the genesis of the name was.
Yeah. Okay, 3 years before that. Yeah, so it looks like 2009. So it's been, he's had it.
He's been at it for a while, yeah.
This is America. All right. Anyway, that's cool. Thank you for that, Richard.
That is cool. Thanks, Richard. Wow.
Yeah. Any more of you guys bump into weird stuff like that? themorningstream@gmail.com is the email address you can use.
I imagine there's a ton of it on TMS or on FilmSack that we haven't realized yet. That'll happen when some of these reboots that we were talking about. The way they should reboot such and such is by doing da 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 da.
Oh, right, because we're doing movies, and of course, movies are the things that always get the updates. That's true.
When Disney finally does their first Fantastic Four movie, it needs to be done in kind of like a 50s sci-fi science team kind of thing.
Yep. Guys, write that down right now. Write that down. We've talked about
Write
it
it
before,
down.
but write it down.
We did. We
again.
said that years ago. So,
yeah. But just write it down now, and that way you can all refer to it. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, we are hitting that threshold that things like The Simpsons do. Everyone always says, The Simpsons did that back in whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, they predicted Trump's presidency. And sure enough, there was an episode where Trump was president, which was like in 2005 or something.
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of stuff like that. The Simpsons got this huge list of things that they said or did that ended up coming true. And people think, ooh, wow. Well, really, it's just volume, right?
Exactly. We throw a lot of crap at the wall. And if one piece sticks, then
if one piece sticks, then there you have it. But for real, like it seems like the more we say things, the more we're just going to get lucky. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm giving you that one. Just Donald Glover off the cuff. Freaking nailed it.
That's pretty cool. I love it.
That's pretty good. Nice. All right. Check this out. I have a dream to interpret. Ready?
Okay. All right.
Here, I had a dream. Is how I start this.
A dream to dream.
Here was my dream. Okay. So I've had plenty of dreams in my life where stuff gets broken and it's stressful in the dream, like a car crashes or a building collapses or stuff like that. But this dream was weird because it was like real life had software problems, and I'll explain.
Okay.
So imagine you're and I'll give you one of the cases in the dream. For some reason, I was building like a supercar, like a sports car, kind of like how all the Ferraris are hand built, right? That's the whole thing with those things. Right. And it was like that. We were hand building this Ferrari type car. Probably got into my head because of Kim watching that freaking Paul Hollywood
Well, we
thing.
were also talking about Kim's love of sports cars and being a car aficionado and stuff like that. So totally makes sense.
You're watching Paul Hollywood put his sticky baker hands on
the
wheel.
Right, that's what it was, yes.
Yeah, gross. Anyway.
How come this Ferrari has a soggy bottom?
Yeah, this sponge in the engine is no good. Anyway, so in this dream, we're building this supercar. And there were other examples in the dream, but this is the one that sticks out the most. And we get like halfway done with it. So the frame's in, whatever you do with cars. In the dream, it made sense. Now I couldn't tell you what I put together. But, we're building a car.
Okay, sure.
And then it froze meaning the process of building the car.
Like it was buffering.
Yeah, kind of like that, except it was more like a computer hang, like a not even spinny beach ball level, like locked up. And you couldn't do anything. So everything is frozen. If there was a tire half on, it's just remaining hanging there half on. And if you tried to push it, it would go nowhere. So imagine a frozen computer screen, but in real life, all the objects that you're working on can't move. And as a result, because we forgot to save, again, this is happening in the dream, we forgot to save our progress on the car. We had to reboot,
right.
and because we rebooted, we all fingers crossed, like, oh, maybe this will restore it if we reboot it. Nope, we had to start over, clean slate at the beginning. We had to build the car all over again. That was the dream, over and over, different objects.
Wow,
one was like a
that's
house.
hilarious.
It was like a house and a boat and this car and like all these different things in a row. You'd get like 80% done, it would crash, and then I wouldn't have a backup and or save. And don't ask me where that's coming from, but maybe I am asking you where that's coming from. What do you think that means?
Well, I was just going to ask you, and it's funny that you say that because that happened to me yesterday, where I was working on an ad for, I won't say what it's for, but I was working on an ad, and I had done all these modifications to the ad. It was the second proof, and it was making some changes that the client wanted. It's really funny how, clients, well, we'd like to simplify the ad. So can you fit all 12 of these new things we'd like to add into a smaller space, please, than you did with the original ad? Because we'd like to make it simpler.
This sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm in the process of making changes to it. And Photoshop, new Photoshop, Big Sur, whatever the weird combination is, it just quits. And normally Photoshop is great. You open it back up and you've got 5 documents up that all say file name -recovered, and you get a chance to save all those. Like it automatically caches.
Audition's the same, and I love it. It's like if I have an audition show crash or whatever, I never lose the raw audio. It's always there.
It's great. For whatever reason, it did not have a recoverable version of the file I was working on. So it's kind of funny. And then it just kind of ingrained. Every once in a while when that happens, your brain says, oh yeah, all right, save every once in a while. And you're fine for like 6 months of doing that, where it's like your brain just says, oh yeah, save. Sure. So what's funny is that happened to me yesterday, but somehow it ended up in your dream. Did that happen at all to you yesterday, where
no, I had no software crashes yesterday or during the week or even while I was gone. Like I had no like weird glitches like that. Maybe I fear them. Oh, you know what? Okay, now we're on to something. Yeah, I'm holding off until the first major security patch on putting Big Sur on things. Oh, are you? Okay, good. Probably a smart idea. I do that because every time there's always something I forget. Like I'm hearing from most of the stuff I use, like Rogue Amoeba, they're all like, yep, we're good. Big Sur set to go. All your versions are good. All my productivity stuff I use, the Adobe stuff I use, all of it is supposed to be set and ready to rock, no problem. But it always never fails. I'll do it and go, oh, my FTP client isn't this, or some other small thing I forget I use every day. But then when I need it, I'm screwed. And so I decided this time to do the Tom Merritt method, which is wait until first big patch and then do it. And so maybe I'm just feeling anxious about that, because whenever there is a big, massive OS change on any platform, Windows, Mac, whatever, phones, I just get nervous. That something south's gonna happen, because it's bit me in the butt before. So maybe I'm just in that mode. So you were thinking about that. That was like ingrained in your head. You were totally could be. I think that's it. I think you got me there, dude. You're like I'm on your couch. You got like a mustache and glasses and writing stuff down. No, tell me a little bit more about your mother. Tell me about your mother. Was she naked in front of you very often? Excellent. Anyway, yes. You did it. So well done. I think we've got it. All right. That's why my reboot. But it was an annoying dream, and I was frustrated the whole time. And every time it happened, I was irritated. And most of the time, I would wake up during the crash and then have to go back to sleep. And then another one would happen. Like, I just want to sleep. Yeah. Plus, the dog was all farty tonight again. Oh, okay, so I got to tell you that story. This is pretty funny. Dog's all farty. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. You think you touched on this yesterday in the show. Yeah, I did briefly. And in my opinion, I think you covered it. But let's see if there's more that we can suss out. Well, I think it was post-show. So for the folks who aren't patrons and you didn't get this comment or this content, here's the full skinny. The day we got home, is that right? Sunday. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. Is that right?
You got back Saturday because we recorded Sunday morning.
Oh, that's right. We got back Saturday. So this actually happened Sunday because it affected us Sunday night. Yesterday morning is where we had the problem. Okay, so here's what happened. Carter found some boiled eggs that she found in the fridge. And it's widely accepted that a boiled egg is once in a while a nice treat for a dog because they love them and they got good protein and it's just fine. But these were older eggs. Not so old that they were reeking
that
up
they
the
were
joint,
rotten. Yeah, sure.
but old enough to be like, I don't know if I'd want to eat those. They've been in there for like 3 weeks or something.
But it's fine giving it to the dog.
Yeah, give it to the dog. So Carter gave the dog each a one of these. Now, Rainer had no problem with it. But Rainer's got a stomach of steel, and also, I don't know, she's just weird. She just is, she holds it all in. She's fine.
Yeah.
Boomer, on the other hand, this Weimaraner puppy, or not Boomer, Ripley, sorry, Boomer's Nick's dog and not here right now. Ripley is all kinds of weird gut sensitive in her puppy stages. I don't know why, but she just is. So we finally got a food
standard for puppy. They haven't really developed their ability to eat anything.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
later in life.
That's a good point. She's probably just, I don't know. We just need to give her some time, like all the dogs get when they're young.
Yeah.
And she's she did not take well to the egg. Let's put it that way. She ate the egg, and whether it was because it was old or just different or whatever, 1:30 in the morning, we go check on her. Kim goes out there. I didn't even hear the first one. Goes out there, lets her out, takes a big old watery dump. Okay.
Yeah.
Comes back in, sleeps, and Kim thinks, cool, we're good for the night. Nope, 4 a.m. We go let her out again. Another horrible, nightmarish trip to the backyard. Put her back to sleep. Two more poops later, still just a running mess.
Oh.
Happy as a lark, though, jumping around, just eating whatever she wants.
Well, once she's when she's empty, she's happy.
Yeah,
as a lark.
She never once she goes, she's good, but she's not like sick or anything. She's just got the grumbly guts or whatever. So today, I'm happy to report that she is producing normal, regular old, gigantic Duraflame logs. And everything's good, and she's fine. So don't give your dogs eggs unless you know they're okay with the eggs.
Or at a puppy stage, eggs are going to make, I'd say eggs are going to make 80% of dogs farty because they're eggs.
Yeah, that's true. And Rainer's probably farty, but
80% of dogs.
Rainer holds it in, so for all I know, she's a farty mess too, but she just doesn't. She doesn't let it out. But so I'm just saying, be careful, watch yourselves. Carter learned a hard lesson. And now, sometime today, you know what I should do while everything's frozen? It's like 20 degrees. I should go out and clean up all the poop now. Because then it's just like, frozen goods out there.
It's like hard, little crystalline entities that you can just pick up and toss into the
If I wait till it's 50 this afternoon, ain't nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. All right, well, that's where we're at today.
We have snow on the ground right now, so we couldn't even find the poops if we wanted to.
Oh, how's
2 inches, 1 or 2 inches going on right now?
It's actually snowing, like falling now.
Snowing, yeah, it's falling right now. And what's cool is it's going to be 50 something tomorrow, so all this will be gone, and we might get some more flurries on Thanksgiving. So it's like it's white today, green tomorrow, white Thursday.
Let's see, high of 43 here in Salt Lake City, partly cloudy, currently 35 degrees. Humidity 67%, which is high for us, and 2 mile per hour winds. No sign of snow until never. There's no forecast for snow.
not even in the 7-day forecast, not the 10-day forecast.
I've heard from some meteorologist, somebody say that we're supposed to get low snow this year, like
oh really?
Record levels of less snow.
Because we already had kind of a drought situation going on all spring and summer here for us, so hopefully
same here. I mean, we usually do our entire state and other states that we sell the stuff to relies on runoff from the winter before, and so all that goes to water.
California,
those bastards, or freaking Phoenix, you don't deserve any more water.
Exactly, you mooches.
Oh my gosh, Arizona, you're not even supposed to have people there. You should be all lizards and snakes.
That's right.
We
should just be using Arizona as storage.
Just keep it all warm down there.
Like that room off of the basement that you just put stuff in. It's just storage.
Sure, why not? Why the heck not? All right. Well, we've done all we can do there. It's time for the news. It's the news, and it's brought to you by...
Speaking of farty, too many beans.
Yeah, I ate a lot of black-eyed peas last night. And
Ooh,
and they were very good. Kim
Not the
makes-
restaurant black eyed peas.
No,
but,
no. And not the band either. Not the...
oh, yeah, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, not them. But the black-eyed peas that Kim makes are amazing, and therefore I eat too many of them. So right now I'm a little bloated on the beans. But
Cool.
I guess technically they're a bean, right? The black-eyed pea.
I don't know. I know that they're. I'm pretty sure they're a legume. Can we agree that they're a legume?
I think they're in that family. Let's see here. Black-eyed peas, Wikipedia. Tell me what I need to know. Here we go. Black-eyed peas or black-eyed bean. Oh, interesting. Is a legume,
Okay.
so you're right about the legume. Grown around the world for its medium-sized edible bean. It's a subspecies of the cow pea. An old-world domesticated bean in Africa, and is sometimes simply called a cow pea. All right, well.
All right, there we go.
Get a big bowl of cow pea.
And certainly just not the same since Will.i.am left.
No, really. I mean, he
Yeah.
was is his new name.
Will he was.
Yeah.
I will not eat them.
Where did he
Will
go?
I am.
What happened there? I missed all that.
Went
drama.
solo. Just
Oh,
one solo.
Okay. Has he?
I mean, I think Black Eyed Peas is like it's a project that people can come in and out of kind of thing, right? So Fergie pops back in every once in a while, but I think App Diap and Taboo are your permanent fixtures in the Black Eyed Peas because I don't think they've got anything else going on but looking menacing at the camera.
That's true. And Fergie, does she do her own music, or is she just what does she do? Is she?
Yeah, she's done solo stuff.
Okay.
Lots of solo stuff. I mean, her London Bridges falling down, like London, London, London.
Oh yeah, that is her.
You know that one.
Okay.
And her humps.
I'm just used to her.
One of those might have been a Black Eyed Peas song that she just did all the vocals on, so I'm assuming it's a solo. But one of those is definitely solo. One of those is a is a Black Eyed Peas song. I don't know which is
Gotcha.
which.
Gotcha. Okay. Well.
How
Good.
come every time you come around?
Oh, she's
Anyway.
also in a band called the Wild Orchids.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute. Studio albums. Oh no, that's an album called Wild Orchid. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
And she's been
Solo
doing that
album.
since like '97, so it's not like she's
Yeah.
new to the solo scene. All right. Well,
No.
every time she looks around, turn around. Every time. How'd she say that?
Every time, how come every time you come around my London Bridge, want to go down like London, London? I think that's how that goes. I swear to God, I still don't know. I'm so uncool because I can't figure out what the bridge is a reference to.
Yeah, like I'm looking for the either metaphor and or euphemism, and I don't know what it is. I can't place it.
Like, what is the bridge in this sentence?
Yeah, what is that? What is it? The
What are you talking about, Talia? That's not Hollaback Girl.
no, that's
It sounds a lot like Hollaback Girl, but it's not Hollaback Girl.
No, we know that one. That's got what's her name that doesn't age. In it.
It's bananas, BANANAS.
She's our age, you know. What's her name?
Gwen Stefani?
Yeah, she's our
Yeah.
age.
She is.
Guess who doesn't look our age though? Gwen Stefani.
No kidding. Yeah.
She's freaking permanently gorgeous. It's not fair.
She is Benjamin Buttoning, basically, is what she's doing.
Oh my gosh,
She's
that's why
looking
she.
like younger and younger every.
Yep.
Once she got out of the bush, she.
After she got bushwhacked, she was done.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Who's she with now? It's
She's with the guy from The Voice.
right. Not Adam. Levine.
Countryman McGillicuddy.
Yeah, the country guy.
Yes.
Tattoo. He's got the tattoos. He's
Blake Shelton. Thank you.
there. You go.
I was gonna say Blintz Gilligan.
Good old Blintz Gilligan. All right, let's do this.
Oh
First
man, I
story.
know Zoe. I do know the nursery rhyme "London Bridge is falling down." I mean, that's that reference.
Yeah.
But there's a sexual reference that she's making in that song that I just can't figure out. Like she's,
the bridge.
WAP is pretty much, you can figure that out just from from go. But why? What are the London bridges that are falling down on Fergie that happen every time you come around?
Yeah. What is that? London. The bridges. Something to do with a taint. I don't know. I mean, that's a bridge, right?
It is a bridge too
Not
far.
to be
yes.
indelicate here, but we all have a little bit of a bridge going. down there. Just part of life, part of the anatomy.
People are saying that it's her underpants. Okay, really?
Oh,
That's
really?
it?
Those are her bridges? Maybe she means britches.
Maybe her teeth, like the bridge. Maybe she's got a bridge in her teeth.
Teeth fall out.
Yeah.
Whenever you come around, my uppers all fall out.
The bridge in my mouth falls down.
That's great. That's great. I like that answer better than any of the other possibilities.
That's great. All right,
check this out. This is such a Russian story. I love it. But also, I feel a little bad for the people, but not that bad. 7 people are dead after drinking hand sanitizer at a party in Russia.
Russia, what are you doing? First you're drinking landfill vodka.
Yeah.
And now you're drinking hand sanitizer.
I mean, would it be hard to tell the difference if you watered down some hand sanitizer and made it real thin? You could probably fool people into thinking it was vodka, right?
Well, and you could make them think it's some sort of like moonshine still liquor thing. I think vodka for me has got a pretty recognizable flavor. I don't know. I've never tasted hand sanitizer.
Me neither.
This kind of really turns me off of the whole prospect of tasting hand sanitizer.
I did accidentally taste rubbing alcohol once. Have I ever told you about that?
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you how that happened. So, doing it, the little, not cotton balls. They're like that, but they're like little pads.
Yeah, right. Like you use for women use them for taking makeup off and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
that
some
kind of
men
that
use
kind
it
of
for
pad.
taking makeup
Sure.
off too.
No judgment. You guys do
judgment.
what you do. It's fine. No problem. But yeah, like I was dabbing it for something. Something needed alcohol. I don't remember what the deal was.
Yeah.
And the way I tipped that thing back up, I kind of went goop, and a droplet went blip out of the thing and hit me right in the mouth. And I went, blah, 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 blah. I tasted it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but I was germ-free for the rest of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't affect me none.
No, it's kind of like when I eat wintergreen flavored gum. I always say this stupid joke. I've said it since I was 14. I'm not kidding. This stupid joke comes out of my mouth every time. I go, that tastes like Pepto-Bismol, but my stomach feels better. I do that every time. My wife hates it. My kids hate it. My mom hates it. Everyone hates it.
That's funny.
Yet I continue.
Yeah, Lure for real says, "Oh, there's alcohol in there. You had alcohol, Scott."
Oh, but I haven't drank it. That's not drinking it. It just a drop. It doesn't count. I've also had like fermented peaches by accident. That doesn't count either.
I was with you at Holstein's in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
For a TMS. No, it wasn't even a TMS. It was like a very early TMS thing, but wasn't one of our official TMS Vegas meetup things. It was where we all got together and had pizza on the 3rd floor of the Cosmopolitan. We kind of took over that lounge area. Yeah. And then we went to Holstein's afterwards, and Tina ordered a boozy milkshake, and you and Kim both had a sip of it.
I thought it was Randy's Captain Crunch one I tasted.
Oh, maybe. I'm sorry. It was Randy's boozy Captain Crunch milkshake.
That's what it was. I could not get over this idea that you wanted to have the flavor of old soggy cereal for a shake. I just couldn't get over it. I'm like, I need to taste this. So yes, you're right. I did taste that.
Yep.
So if we're talking about tasting, like occasional, like, let's, yes, that's happened.
It is the equivalent of the, I tried pot, but I didn't inhale kind of thing. It's
yeah, I mean, like never in a quantity of any, drinking it versus tasting it, I think are two very different things. That's like
but a shot would be too much, but apparently like a half a shot.
Well, I mean, as far as that shake went, I probably had the equivalent.
You brought like an eighth of a shot, if that.
Whatever the volume of a penny is, that's what I had.
Yeah. It was
I don't think it counts. So I tasted that.
All right, okay, I'll give you that.
Is it? But if I ever.
It's probably more the equivalent of, I went to a concert and I smelled the people smoking pot around me, and I felt a little bit of a buzz, a contact high from that, but I haven't taken any drugs myself. Kind of that equivalent.
There you go. Except I don't even get the buzz. The only buzz ever came was from that one in Mexico, which was
the Virgin Pina Colada.
Yeah. And it's not. People in the chat are like, "Welcome to hell, sinner." It's not a sinner thing. That's not my reason. I have 2 reasons. One, I think it smells bad and I'm not interested. That's number one. And number 2, I have a record going. It's the record now that pushes me on, like my barf record, my drink record, my smoking record. In the smoking case, I've never smoked a thing. So why start now? I got a record going.
Got a record. Why break the record?
Yeah, I have so few chances to have records. These are my records.
St. Peter greets you at the gate. He's going to say, "Oh, nice job on the record.
Yeah, good job. You did.
Here's a plushie, and
Yeah.
if you hit the clown 3 times, we'll upgrade it to a larger plushie."
Oh, what does that clown look like in heaven, though? What's that look like?
It looks like it's really Gacy, John Wayne Gacy. Just
Oh, John Wayne Gacy clown, and it's actually his head. He has to take the punches. Right?
That's right, exactly.
Oh, that's good. I like to think that hell. See, this is a fun thing.
What a great tangent this is from drinking hand sanitizer.
It is a
in
fun
Russia.
tangent. Look, I want hell to be things like bad jobs in heaven. That's what I want hell to be.
Oh, right. Okay, so
You know what I'm saying?
you actually like you live down in hell, but you work in heaven, but you're like working on cleaning the urine out of
Yes.
Alex Trebek's,
The worst jobs. Like in heaven, you
spill
can go
in the bathroom or something like that. Yes.
In
okay.
heaven, you can go to big basketball games in a giant arena. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the better you were in life, the better your seats are.
The better your seats are. Okay.
Yeah,
I love it.
and if you were really bad, you're on the teams that are playing on a hot lava floor. So you got like Hitler passing the ball to freaking, Jeffrey Dahmer, who goes in for a layup, but then it misses, and the rebound is, whatever evil thing you want. They have to play the game. They have to do it on lava. They have to do it for an eternity. Like they have the bad jobs, but it's in heaven. It's just shitty jobs. They're not in some separate place. That's what I want.
I gotta like that. Okay. All right.
This is great. All right. Anyway, 7 people have died
Jeez.
in Russia at a party. 7 people died from drinking hand sanitizer after the party they were in ran out of alcohol. So they were just sauced and went, "We need more. Give us more. What else you have in house?" It is understood some 9 people began drinking the antiseptic wash, which is 69% methanol. 2 men, aged 27 and 59, as well as a 40-year-old woman, were the first to die. 6 others were urgently flown to a medical evacuation aircraft to a hospital in the city of Yakutsk.
Yakutsk. Yakutsk. Isn't that? I think that's a
Yakutsk.
That's an area you want in the game of Risk.
Is it? Is it? I feel like
that's the way. The reason I know that.
That's really a risk space. Are you telling me that that's what that is? That's amazing. If that is.
Or I'm thinking of a different. Yeah, it's in the Urals.
That's great. That's great. Some of the chat's confirming. Tally says, "Yeah, that's how she knows." Others are saying that.
Yeah, there are 12 areas in. Oh, there are 12 areas in Asia. Oh, did you play a lot of Risk?
I did, and I kind of can't stand it now. But back in the day, I loved it when I was a kid. We played it all the time.
So
And
it
we'd
certainly
leave-
won't be anytime soon because you're thinking about it now.
Yeah.
But I'm smelling a Babel Royale.
Oh, Risk countries. Oh, it's been so long, dude.
Yeah.
I'd have to study.
Well, some of these are guessable.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them aren't so bad. And I always remember being, like, even playing it, I'd be like, oh, some of these names in the far reaches are so weird. But I'd be very comfortable in North America, South America, all that. It was no big deal. So we'll see. But my friend Andrew has a very funny story about this. He played Risk a lot as well when he was younger. And he told me this story where he and a bunch of friends were doing fireworks in an empty field. Like shooting fireworks around. You're not supposed to do that here. It's super fire hazardy and all that.
Field. If you just imagine a lot of dry grass in that field that can sit on fire. But
yeah, we're a western state. With dry climate, you're not supposed to do that. So they're out there screwing around. It wasn't even like 4th of July time either. It was like fireworks they got in Wendover or something and brought them home. And we're firing them off in that field. And one of them sparked a fire. And a pretty big one at that. It started to go, just get real big. So instead of like, quick, go get the authorities, quick, someone get a parent, let's, whatever we got to do. They thought the way to handle this was to run back to one of their friend's house, run downstairs, quickly set up a board and put a bunch of Risk pieces all over the place. And then when the fire people would come, based on the call from somebody else, and they came around looking for who did this, their excuse would be, oh, we've been down here playing Risk the whole time.
It's like a built-in alibi.
Yeah, because
Because we know how long a game of Risk takes.
Yeah.
So there's no possible way.
Yeah, and I just thought, dude, I mean, I understand when you're 12 or 13, you're an idiot, right? You don't think of these things.
Yeah.
But still, what a irresponsible civic move to make. Set a fire that it didn't, thankfully, but could have spread real bad, destroyed homes, acres of land out where he was. All that stuff could have been horrible. And their solution was, cheese it, it's the cops, go back to the house and play Risk and pretend we've been here for hours because Risk takes forever to play. So weird. You never, and I don't know if anyone ever, I don't know if any authorities or parents or anyone ever found out, but that was their deal. Anyway, back to the sanitizer. Poisoning took place as a result of drinking the stuff, said the regional state prosecutor. Authorities in Russia are again pleading with locals to refrain from drinking hand sanitizer, a thing probably no one ever thought they'd have to do. So don't drink it, you dummies.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that, like them. Wouldn't expect that anyone would ever think to do that, but now we have to put another label on the apple pie.
Yep. Make sure people understand what's going on there.
That's right, exactly.
Brian, I got a music story for you. I know you like those.
I do, and I like this one a lot.
Well, you and I are both Rush fans growing up, and still to this day, Rush is pretty great.
Absolutely.
Neil Peart, who passed away recently. When was it, last year? 2019? I think so.
2019, I believe, yeah.
Arguably the greatest drummer ever to live. I would actually make that argument. I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
I know there's others, but he's pretty damn good. Anyway, Neil Peart's 2112 drummer kit is heading to auction, so get out your wallets. It's owned or was owned by late Rush drummer Neil Peart. Played both on stage and in the studio between 74 and 77. It is now heading to an auction. The kit is expected to bring in somewhere between $80,000 and $120,000 as part of Bonham's online music memorabilia sale, scheduled between the 23rd of this month and December 9th. When they say Bonham's, that's
I'm wondering about John Bonham. Is he was he somehow connected to this? Because he's not.
No. Maybe
around
it's just
anymore,
the name
but is
of
this like connected to him, to his family or his estate?
This could just be the name of the auctioneer company.
Or the auction place? If so, that's a great. That's a great connection.
Another notorious.
Oh, okay. Leninade says, yeah, Bonham's is a long-lasting auction house like Sotheby's and stuff like that. So,
that makes
bummer.
sense.
I was really hoping it would be related to his estate, like a, the Bonham Memorial Music Auction thing.
Yeah, that would have been cool. By the way, go ahead.
This should go to somebody. I mean, I feel like I don't want this to get bought by some jackanape like who was that supervillain we had a couple years ago who bought the Wu-Tang Clan album, and he was the one who jacked up the prices on the EpiPens.
The biotech bro guy.
Shkreli?
Martin Shkreli, yeah. He's in prison still, and I don't think he has
He's
the
in
money,
prison,
but,
yeah. I don't want to see it get beaten, picked up by that guy. I want to see that guy get beaten, but I don't want to see.
I think that happened.
I don't want to see
Isn't there
these
a
drugs
story-
get beat.
Wasn't there a story about him getting his A kicked in prison or something? There was something going on.
Oh,
with
I
him.
hope so.
He kind of deserves it.
But I'd love to see this go to somebody like, God, I don't know who, Zach Starkey or Dave Grohl. Oh, Dave Grohl's the perfect person for it to go to, right?
Yeah, that should go to him.
Yeah.
I'm voting for that. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Let's just
Good
see if
job,
there's
Dick
any
Palmer's
news
good-
here about. There's a brand new. Okay, so the company Retrofin, which was the company he
The
founded.
one that that did all the price jacking.
Yeah, it's still around, and it's rebranded itself as Traverse Therapeutics because they don't want to be associated with that dude anymore.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Let's see. They've
Disconnect from that jackanape.
Yeah, he's the worst.
I like that phrase. I'm gonna just keep using it all day long. Jackanape.
He was 4 days ago. He was moved to federal prison in New Jersey. I don't know why he was moved, but just got to keep up with the guy. Find out what's going on with that dick because he's the worst. All right.
Yes.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, Neil Peart's drum kit. The kit will bring that much money in if somebody buys it. Peart, who joined the band in July 29th, 1974, replaced original drummer John Rutsey. You were probably aware of that. I wasn't.
Yeah, before, right, when it was just Lifeson and Geddy Lee, and right.
I did not know there was a drummer before Pert. So
I didn't know until we covered Rush for soundography.
Oh, well, there you go. See, we're all learning sometime.
Yeah.
The kit became a staple of the drummer lyricist during his years with the lineup. He used it to record his first 3 studio albums with the group, 1975's Fly By Night and Caress of Steel.
Caress of Steel.
1976's 2112. He also played it during Rush's 3-night stand in Toronto's Massey Hall, where they recorded their first live LP, 76's All the World's a Stage. So if you want it, get it.
Yeah. You better have a lot of money.
Yes. Also, another story about music. I love this one.
Jeez. This, I saw, somebody tweeted this to us. I want to say it was...
I didn't get their name either, but you're right. We did.
And when I read just the headline, I thought, how is this even possible? It's...
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It sounds like Mad Libs, honestly,
It absolutely does.
when you hear this headline. So here's the headline. Sex Pistols star Johnny Rotten bitten by a flea after rescuing squirrels.
And where was he bitten, Scott? At least in the,
right in the butt. I can't do his thing. How does he what was that? He did that cool techno song with hold on, Johnny.
Well, his Public Image Limited stuff is there it is. Sunglow Steve sent this to us.
Was that okay? Good.
This is not a love song. that stuff.
It's Left Field. That's what it was. Johnny Lydon and Left Field made a song called "Open Up," and I'm only going to play a tiny piece of it because I just want it.
Here we go. Like that's going to keep the wolves at bay.
That's a true. We'll probably get in trouble for this. Let's see. Let me see if I can just do a taste. No, let's skip that song. Here we go. Do you know that song?
Yeah, I'm sure I've heard it. I don't recognize it.
He's just in the background going.
That is his claim to fame.
Anyway, so here's the deal. The rocker, they call him in this thing, is terrible.
Yeah, he's in a rocker now.
Sure. He got attacked
These
by...
days he's in.
Yeah, exactly. He got attacked by small parasitic bugs, which have left itchy bites all over his body, including his nether regions. That's where his penis and scrotum are.
Yes.
He said, I looked down there this morning at my willy, and there's an effing flea bite on it. And there's another one inside of my leg.
I've got a bite on the...
The willy.
The willy. I want to destroy.
He says, John's age 64, endured the flea bites after he befriended a bunch of squirrels at his Venice Beach home in Los Angeles, and said he's taken to smothering himself in Vaseline to ease the discomfort because he doesn't want to blame the poor squirrels. He added, the bites, last night was murder because of it. The itching, too. It's such a poxy thing to get left out on. What? Caught out on. It's such a poxy thing to get caught out on.
Yeah, epoxy thing you cut out. Like, basically, I think he's saying it's such a minuscule thing to have happen to cause so much problem. Wimpy,
okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Epoxy wimpy. Yeah.
That may, okay. Very, very British thing to say.
Yeah.
Very punk British to say.
Yes,
he says,
exactly.
I'm not going to blame the poor squirrels, so I put Vaseline on my legs. I just hope they don't get the wrong idea. Okay. I think I have the wrong idea of what he means.
But he's not who. I hope they don't get the wrong idea. Oh, the squirrels. Okay.
The squirrels.
No, who's he saying that they don't get the wrong idea?
I think he's saying the squirrels, and he's saying it because he's got Vaseline on his legs. So, ergo, he's saying, I hope the squirrels don't think I'm inviting them for any sort of...
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Fun.
Okay.
Any kind of lubed up fun is what he's saying.
Sure.
The anarchy of the UK hitmaker, who is known as by a stage name Johnny Rotten, also noted he's spending, quote, a lot of money keeping his new furry friends happy and well fed. So he's hanging on to these squirrels. He explained in his new book, I Could Be Wrong, I Could Be Right. That's the name of the book.
I could be wrong, I could be right.
I could be right. All right. Says, I'm determined to keep my squirrel friends independent. You know, there's no petting. If they want to nudge up, that's fine, but I know it's for a peanut and not because I'm lovely. That's out of the book, by the way. That's not a. That's not
I love
off
it.
the quote.
Oh, I hope there's an audiobook of this.
Oh, and I hope he reads it. That'd be great.
And he reads it. I mean, well, that's the only way you got to do it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to spend some time with Justin Robert Young. Going to find out where we're at in this whole concession saga and what it means for the next 52 days, 51 days, 50 days, whatever it is, until we have a new occupant in the White House. All of that coming up after this song break, which Brian will now explain.
So you're probably familiar with 808s and Heartbreak, right? The Kanye West album, classic album. This is not that. This is a Melbourne band called 808s and Greatest Hits, which I love. They have a brand new album that's going to be coming out, let's see, Friday, the 11th of December on both limited edition cassette and digital services. So that's also a pretty funny thing. So this is a Melbourne band called 808s and Greatest Hits. There's a very Vampire Weekend, Fleet Foxes kind of feel to this that I really, really dig. This is the first single from that album. It's called Abduction, not to be confused with the missed game that we were talking with Bill about yesterday. Here's 808s and Greatest Hits with Abduction.
Oh, hi. Yes. That's crazy. Yeah. That's good. That's good to hear. Thank you. Me too. Me too. Yes. Okay.
This is the morning stream. You're a freak and a cannibal, and you've come to the wrong town.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, hi.
It's
a great song, Scott.
We didn't even. That's amazing.
It was Abduction by 808s and Greatest Hits. You know, even though we're not putting the song in the live show, I still need to back announce it because the people listening want to know what that was.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we I hate this DMCA crackdown. DMCA?
Yeah.
It sounds like one of the Run DMC guys. Well, why does it sound wrong?
Digital Communication Millennium Act. Digital
Millennium
not communication. Copyright. Digital Copyright Millennium Act.
It's a DCMA. That is
DM
or
or is it
DMCA.
Digital Millennium Copyright. It is DMCA. Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
My name is Run, and he is DMCA, and we got the thing with the shoes and the stuff. Woo!
My Adidas.
There you go. You got my shoe reference.
Yes,
I'm impressed.
I did. I totally did.
All right, we're going to get Justin in here and see what's
the shoes
up.
and the stuff.
Yeah, she's definitely in the stuff. Now, he is not showing online, but that doesn't mean a damned thing. It could be that he is just logging in. It could be that he forgot. It could be that he's still on his little vacation. I don't know. What's going on.
No.
Oh,
It's gotta be
MCA
back
was
by now.
Beastie Boys. You're right. So what am I thinking of? Run?
You think we'll Run DMC?
Oh,
right?
okay. So there's still an
The first
MC.
part of it.
Yeah. So Run DMCA is a crossover album with the Beastie Boys.
Right, there you go.
There you
Run
go.
DMCA.
I have
It's
been.
a copyright protected mashup of the Beastie Boys and Run DMC.
There it is. Finally, it's happening.
Yes.
Okay. Well, join me now as I play this theme music here. Where is it? Oh gosh. Hold on. 1 sec. Why? Oh.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Hey, I'm not terrible with names because the name on the lips of all Americans today is the returning Justin Robert Young, who joins us today like he does most Tuesdays. Justin, welcome. Hi. Hello. You're muted. Muted.
Oh, no.
Muted.
Oh.
I hear nothing.
Push the flashing red button. He's working on it.
Yeah.
All right, how about that?
There
we go.
Now
Now we hear the lovely dulcet tones.
Yeah, sometimes there's somebody else on this computer that likes to change things to voice to talk because I don't know.
Not going to name any names.
Yeah, no.
Not going to name any names, but she's related to me by marriage.
Let's say there's a bird, is a doctor. Maybe he's doing it.
It's Dr. Bird just likes to.
Steve's is here playing Among Us. God, yeah. I totally forgot that I had this today, so I didn't even do it.
Oh, don't worry about it. Look, we had
all dressed up with nowhere to go.
well,
Here we go.
the
All
weird
right.
the,
Hey,
the weird
I'm glad
thing.
we're back. I felt a little out of sync last week. We didn't do the show because you
Yeah.
were on vacation and I was on vacation, and people were mad about it.
Well, we were, and it was weird because I didn't know you were. So I send you this text on Sunday or whatever it was. I just said, hey, just a quick note. I'm out all next week, so no thing. And you said, the joke's on you. I'm on vacation.
I was.
And I hope
Thanks
you had
to the two of you, I had to take a vacation.
Yeah, Brian was forced to do it. But how'd you do? How'd you have fun? What'd you do there, Justin?
We went down to San Diego, and we literally just sat in a hotel because we're still terrified of the virus. So we just found another smaller location that we could sit in and order different Postmates.
Well, let me ask you this. That's south of you.
Yeah.
By how many hours did it take you to get there?
7 hours.
11 hours, did you say?
7
hours. Okay.
7 hours. Okay.
So I was hoping
but
it
it's
was
California, so it was only 8 miles.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was hoping you were going to say 3 hours or so, because then it would have been weird how close our vacations were, because we traveled south, took us only 3.5 hours, but we also kind of locked ourselves in a hotel / timeshare and avoided people. But I'm glad you got some time. It's good to get a little refresh, kind of restart those engines.
Yeah, no, it was good. The hotel we were in was empty, like, totally no people. I think we saw like 5 people the entire time, and most of them were staff. But they did have a pool bar, which was open from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening. And so we were like literally the closest room to that. And we could just walk out and sit by the pool.
Did you,
that sounds good.
So I saw pictures of you in rollerblades, and you put up an Antifa rollerblade photo, which was amazing. Did you actually rollerblade around the hotel, or was I?
Did I actually join Antifa? No, I did not join Antifa. No, Ashley, this has been a thing here in these hip urban environs of Oakland, California. Rollerblading and roller skating has gotten very popular around here, like during the shutdown. I guess people are just hearkening back to things from their youth. And so Ashley got rollerblades, and so I got rollerblades. But I used to play like my entire schooling years. I played roller hockey, so I'm actually a decent rollerblader. But we did, I guess, technically rollerblade through the hotel, but only to get out, and then we rollerbladed down through the convention center area of San Diego and the gas lamp and that seaport area.
Oh, I love it
fun.
down there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a good time and you were able to get away. And
But that all that stuff I got because it's getting a little colder, so I got like warmer running stuff, and I realized that I don't like buying things that aren't black colored. So I only realized once I put it on and Ashley took a picture of me that I'm like, oh, I just look like Antifa. I guess that's my natural fashion inclination, is just Antifa. That's what I would like to do if I were to be able to dress myself.
Well, a very mobile version of it in those rollerblades. It was a pretty good look. All right, so here's the big question. While you were gone, I don't know if you thought maybe while you were gone you would get a concession out of the president, given where we're at in terms of him saying, "All right, fine, transition, let's get this over with."
I think I said that I was not going to do a newsletter, a political newsletter, unless Trump either conceded or turned into a werewolf, and either of those things happened over my vacation.
Do you feel like both of those things had equal chances of happening, like the werewolf and the concession?
I mean, considering 2020, I would not have been surprised with either. The concession thing, I think, is interesting, mostly because, I understand whenever anybody talks about Donald Trump, it becomes a very specific personality thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether or not you love or hate Donald Trump, if you have a strong opinion about him, it is almost assured that you believe you know him personally. And you believe that you know his personality very well, so much so that you are willing to make very confident proclamations about it. Be it that he is the most noble person on the planet, or that he is a wretched, awful man who is small of ego and would never do one thing or another. And I tend to believe that the more we kind of predict about him, the more it doesn't wind up panning out the way that we quite think it is. I think when it comes to the concession, the question isn't will he have this overarching West Wing orchestral string starts swelling as he realizes that he needs to put the nation, the very idea of the American experiment is greater than one man, he says while dramatically standing up as the dawn breaks in the background. Like, no, he is going to decide where is he most powerful. And I think what he is finding out now, and what you saw with the transition, is that in politics, all power is future power, and he's going to be more powerful as a guy who can still run for president than a guy who lost.
Has anyone, I meant to check the history on this and I didn't do it before the show because I was going to bring it up, but has anyone ever run twice and then, run, held the office, gotten beaten, and then 4 years later run again? Has that ever happened?
Yep. He also hates Mondays and loves lasagna.
Andrew Garfield? Oh, wait, that's the actor, not Andrew Garfield. Who am I thinking?
Garfield. Yeah, President Garfield.
President Garfield. What was his
What was his first
not
name?
Andrew Garfield. Oh my God, we've been ruined by Spider-Man star Andrew Garfield and forgetting the president's first name.
I believe his first name was Nermal. James A. Garfield.
James Garfield. Oh, everybody, every president was named James.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Did he win the second time? I don't know that either.
I believe he did, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, some precedents there. Okay, so...
I mean, obviously, that was a different day and time. You know, he was the 20th president of the United States.
Sure. But there's so there's no legal precedent for... Or there's no legality at all to whether a concession speech happens or not. There's just, nothing to it. It's just more of a thing that you do normally, and it's just part of the normal transition that he would. But A, there's no way he's going to. And B, even if he didn't or did, it doesn't matter. It's not a part of the legal framework that is the change of power between one elected official and another. So it really doesn't matter at this point if he does any of that. But I don't even know what it would sound like. Like, if he did, what would it even be? Like, just... I hate everything, and then that's it. Like, what are we even doing? Like, there's no way he's going to do this. Do you even?
Also, I do have to. I think he might have run again, but I don't think he won.
Garfield.
For Garfield.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry, and
okay.
I think he also loves John and doesn't hate him.
Right. Lasagna is always second.
Still hates Mondays. That part is totally
that's actually still true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But
so what would it? I mean, but let me ask you this: what do you want? What do you want from Trump's? Because you are obviously somebody that's been very critical. So I think that you would be the hardest to please.
There's nothing he could do to make me happy. There's nothing he could do except leave. Just leave. Yeah. Be done. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. Like, I don't have any. I'm not precious about the traditions.
I think him holding up the transition and leaving room for the idea that this is like a coup or something like that. I think that's a reasonable thing to be like. Oh, okay. Well, if he's signing off on the transition, then he can be salty about it. You know. I think there are larger fabric of the country things that some people key in on a little bit more than I do, to be honest. But in general, I don't think if he came out and said and gave the Aaron Sorkin speech about the robust republic and the shining city on the hill, and we gave it a good shot, boyos, but we came up short. I still think that there would be 35 to 40% of the country that would try to drown him out by doing the na 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 hey hey goodbye song. So I think that his behavior is reflective of the divided world that we're in.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I just think I think holding it up and basically just causing a ruckus about the transition, the actual transition part of it, is really shitty. But I don't care if he has a speech. I don't care if he has thoughts or feelings.
I mean, he's not now. I guess that's the if it does effectively end here, for all intents and purposes, we now have certifications in Georgia. We have certifications in Pennsylvania. I think they certified the vote in Michigan. So even to challenge it now is harder than it was 2 weeks ago, because now you have to overturn those certifications to do it.
Right.
So effectively, unless there's some gigantic, overwhelming, country-turning evidence that falls out of the sky in multiple states at the numbers that they need to overturn the vote, which is highly unlikely, it's probably about as likely as Garfield very much enjoying Mondays, then this is over if he's agreed to transition. Like, he can fight, he can go on, but this is just kind of done.
Yeah, this is kind of done. And that's where I'm at. I'm just like, all right, freaking get out. I said a while back, I said, there's a chance, there was a high to almost certain chance that he would leave a couple of upper deckers in the White House before he left. And what I'd hoped I didn't mean by that was that there would be figurative ones, like holding up the process and claiming nothing.
You were thinking
but fraud
literal upper deckers.
Yeah, I meant.
But look at it like this. Considering how crazy of a year this has been, and how abnormal everything went, if by the end of it, things lasting 2 weeks longer than they normally do is what happened, or I guess it would be 2.5 weeks. Like, that's not all that weird.
No, it's
right?
not even. It's not even 2000 Bush Gore weird. Time.
No, yeah, that was a month. That was like a month and a couple days.
Yeah, it
was like 37 days.
Yeah.
That one had a lot more actual traction to it. Like, if anything, what Trump is guilty of is, here, let me go back to 1960. Nixon really believes that Kennedy stole that election from him, right? In the moment, he thinks that the votes that came in Chicago and the votes that came in Texas were irregular, and if you flip those two states, you flip the election, blah blah blah. He doesn't challenge it because he believes, specifically with the Cold War in a very tense place, that the other countries that were developing, that were now being competed for by the Soviet Union and the United States, would look at the United States as a unstable way to govern. That you would rather have a central committee in the way that communism offered.
All right.
And so he didn't push forward with it. Now, by all available accounts, he believes this happened. He believes this happened in the way that Sidney Powell believes that Hugo Chavez invented a hacking robot to flip the election for Joe Biden, right? Nixon believes that, but he doesn't do it, largely because he's a party guy. He is somebody that believes in the Republican Party. He wanted to keep some influence there. He wanted to have some kind of future within that structure. And I would put him at his word that he did care about that kind of Cold War stuff. What we see now is really just the absence of the larger ideal. And I think that probably also tracks that what Donald Trump cares about is the portion of America that he believes he is fighting for. The people that are against him are enemies of that. And that's what matters. It doesn't matter what the world thinks of us. It doesn't matter if a struggling republic would look at us and say, wow, I don't know if we want to have direct democracy because of what happened over there. And so,
but you make it sound like he's got a principle here. You're making it sound like he's got a principle that is, I'm going to fight for you. I don't think that's true. I think what he's doing is saying, you'll vote for me, so I'll say whatever you want me to say, and then I'll get your votes, and then I'm good. Like, there's no, like...
I mean, again, this is the point, is that you believe, like, I find this with the people who are either love him the most or hate him the most. You believe you know who he is. You believe that you can see into his mind. What I would say is, whether you get there by craven self-interest or he is getting high on his own supply, that this is a working class revolution, blah blah blah, we are looking out for America first, the reactions can be the same,
right?
And that is, I'm gonna fight for this right now, even if this is totally inside his weird coiffed brain, or that he is extended that to this element of America that adores him.
Yeah. And
quite frankly, I think they believe, just as you are very sure that he just doesn't care about anything, they are very sure that he very much cares about them.
Well, that's because they're easy marks and suckers. And so they get what they get when they're so easily persuaded by a serial liar and charismatic a-hole. So that works for them.
Amazing. It really is amazing how much like that verbatim I've heard at Trump rallies about the left.
Of course,
like,
you have.
Almost verbatim.
Of course,
like,
you have.
You guys would get along so well.
My dad used to tell me,
if you just erase the nouns, and you just were able to just kind of talk like that, exactly like that, oh my God, you would get along so well with the Trump people.
Yeah, well, I have enough of them in my extended family where I can have those conversations if I so desire. But here's the thing. My dad used to say, and I think he was riffing on some sort of Bible quote, but he would say, you can always tell if a tree's any good by the fruit it makes. And someone can tell me where that comes from, verse and whatever. But that's how I look at all this. His fruit is all shitty, and Biden's fruit's pretty boring, but it's edible. It's edible.
I would not describe one son as boring.
I don't mean direct fruit. I'm not talking like offspring. That's a good point that you're making, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is like...
yeah. Woo.
I don't mean they're kids.
Now that he's in, I would really like to have some conversations about that laptop. Oh, it's like not anything that might affect the election, but boy, howdy, that man had a social life.
Yeah, big time. He seemed to be enjoying himself just fine. I always doesn't it feel like right and good though in the history of this country? It seems like presidents always have a wacky cousin or brother or nephew or son or some kind of weird familial wackadoo. Like
sure.
who was it that had
like
the beer?
Carter's Billy Bob,
right?
Billy Beer.
Yeah, the Billy Beer thing. Yeah. And didn't who else am I thinking of?
Clinton had a weird brother.
All right.
The Bushes really didn't have a weird...
Well, HW had that weird son, but we ended up electing him.
Yeah.
But Junior had the whole daughters thing where they're out, the partying, drinking.
That's just
I'm just
partying.
Saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, like they were like 18, with the weight of the world on them. I don't know if that's even.
I'm not saying that's my point of view. I'm saying that every time there's a president, somebody somewhere gets singled out, and they go, "Those Bush daughters, that Hunter Biden, that Don Jr." Like they just do it, or like Eric's the dumb one, like
because they're the most famous people in the world. Like we're always gonna find a thing, even if it's just them wearing a tan suit. Like we're gonna freak out about something because they're really famous and we want something to talk about.
So all right, so let me ask you this: do you think that in 50 days or whatever it is are we there yet? 50? I think it's 50.
What for the inauguration?
Yeah. Do you think? Two questions. One, does he even go to the inauguration? Trump, that is. And if he doesn't go, well, no, that doesn't matter. Does he go to the inauguration? No speech, no concession, none of that. But does he go and sit there like all presidents before him have, or does he not? And if not, what does he do? Is he going to be simul-tweeting? Is he going to have his own little thing show up on?
Can I ask you a question that
Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
might invalidate both of your questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this going to be a live inauguration?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
That's a good point. I don't know.
Because I had not thought about it, and then I thought about it last night, and I asked the live audience.
You mean
and they were
by live inauguration? You mean will there be people there attending? Yeah, maybe not. Well, this
Or
might
would
be
it
a live
just be-
stream
would it-
situation.
Yeah, would it just be a Zoom thing
jeez.
where
Boy, you get those live stream ones. You can count how many people attend those.
Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, so here's what I predict.
Because look at it like this. I don't think that the virus surge is going to be much different on January 20th after Christmas, when
Yeah.
apparently we already have so many people traveling for Thanksgiving that it's probably going to get a lot worse after Thanksgiving. It's probably going to get a lot worse after Christmas. So that death toll would probably be ratcheted up pretty high by the time that the inauguration rolls around. Biden got elected on being the safe virus man. So like, is there going to be a live inauguration? And if there's not a live inauguration, then is anybody going to be there?
Yeah.
Is it just going to be John Roberts and Joe Biden and maybe Jill? We'll see if Hunter can. No, it's mean. He's.
See, it's
Oh, come on,
it's
man.
easy to do it. It's easy. I get it.
Whatever. We'll see whether.
But this is my whole thing.
Anyway,
Like,
if that's the case, then this whole thing might be moot.
right? Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there is one, but it's probably going to be a bit like the acceptance or his speech after he won, or after it was confirmed that he won or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that where I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I just hope.
I would presume. I mean, they could just keep everybody off the mall, and they could do it where they normally do it. So the pictures would look the same a little bit, but without all the other crowd up on there.
Right.
Well, then Trump could claim that his inauguration numbers are bigger than Biden's. See, we're just.
Well, that's actually how we got to that thought last night, was that somebody was asking, "Oh, what do you think Biden's inauguration crowd's going to be?" And I'm like, well,
it might be less.
And then we got into the idea, oh, what if it's virtual? And it's like, oh yeah, he could have like nobody there. Because also it's like, I think for Biden, especially if this is still really bad, like it would come off as hypocritical.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad optics to say, all right, we're going to stop COVID. By the way, come all to my inauguration. Right.
Yeah, people are going to do whatever people do, but he can't. I don't think he can do that stuff. It just feeds into that narrative that Ted Cruz and others are sort of parroting this week, that once they win, everyone will suddenly be out in giant crowds and we'll all act like the virus is gone, which is horseshit. But it'd be nice not to feed the horseshit. So
no, yeah, I don't think that that's in any way the case. I don't think that anyone's going to believe that the virus is just gone, right? Like, because that would be predicated on the idea that the virus really wasn't real. And the virus was totally manufactured. What I think we might get is slightly more of a realistic, probably, outlook on the virus, that like, hey, this is survival until a vaccine, instead of like, if only everybody did blank, if only everybody did the hokey pokey and turned it all around, like, then we would not have any virus anymore. Like, I think that might be more of the case. Although I don't know how much of that is really even a political thing, and how much of it is just, okay, well, now that we have these vaccines being announced, like, is that just the thing we're looking toward right now?
Right.
Like, is nobody thinking that, like, oh, well, if I could just convince my aunt to wear a mask, like, then we wouldn't have coronavirus.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, it's going to be an interesting 50 days, and I don't know what's going to...
Is it going to be interesting?
Well, interesting from...
I feel like at this point, we're kind of... Anything that would happen that would be interesting, I think, would be scary.
Yeah,
like,
that's true, I guess. I think
at this point, we're like, No, this is. I mean, what is interesting is the runoff in Georgia.
Yeah.
The runoff in Georgia is real. I do think that there are some interesting vectors there. When it comes to Trump and some of his team, there was shocking, I know, infighting in the Trump team about whether or not they should be asking Georgia supporters to boycott Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, the Republicans running in that race, because they haven't fought hard enough for Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump Jr. came out and was like, no, you should go vote for the two Republicans. Which, to me, signals that one member of that family really does want to be a part of Republican Party politics, and it is Junior.
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Junior. Okay. Well, more
Who I
on.
think has the vid now. I think he is recovering from the vid.
The vid? Oh,
Yes.
that's right. He had
Yeah,
COVID. I forgot.
Yeah. Asymptomatic COVID.
Oh, I thought he had symptoms. No, I didn't hear.
I thought he was asymptomatic.
I've got there's a family up the
Does
road
he
from
like
us.
lasagna?
I know he loves Mondays.
He might. There's a family up the road who got it. The husband had like a minor cough, and that was it, and it went away really quick. His wife is like ICU level bad.
Wow.
And she's the one that's in the best shape. It's so annoying how that thing is so indiscriminate with like who gets it the worst. And they're both like, 30s.
Yeah.
Healthy. He's healthy, but he's not like she's running marathons and all that kind of stuff. And actually there just seems to be this is empirical, and I have nothing to back this up other than every time I hear about like a runner who gets it and they get it so bad, it brings me back to doctors talking about, well, sometimes all the fat around our hearts and other stuff actually helps us, and if you're a little too lean, this thing really tears you to pieces. And anyway, I hate it. Freaking hate it. Want it to be gone. Let's get this vaccine. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, the vaccine czar said that we could get to 70% vaccinated by like May or something.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
As much as that sounds slightly overshot, I'm all
optimistic. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And now we got 3 to choose from. It's like it's going to be a shop till you drop bidding war kind of thing to see which vaccine.
I think the biggest thing now is that and it could be within days, really. As soon as the FDA gives approval on the Pfizer one, that would probably be the first one to get it. Then that gets like the army basically surges that out to medical centers and
essential workers. And
here's what I would do if I were them. I would just do it like I used to when I'd go to a 7-Eleven when I was a kid, and we called it Swamp Water Run. We'd go into the 7-Eleven, and instead of getting a Dr. Pepper or a Mountain Dew, we would just go shlink, 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 and fill our cup up with every drink.
Yeah.
So just give me every vaccine. Just boop, boop,
give me a
boop,
mix
boop.
of all 3.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that you can increase your odds by injecting multiple different versions of the virus into yourself.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be harmful.
Yeah.
Although
That'd be like drinking Russian hand sanitizer.
I used to call it suicide slush. That was
that's pretty good.
We had suicide. We called them suicides here as well.
Oh, really? I don't know where we got swamp water from, but that was the way we all called it here. It was weird.
Or kamikazes before we really knew what kamikazes were.
Before you knew they were really dedicated Japanese pilots.
What a delightful, genteel world Utah is.
Oh, yeah.
Swamp water.
Yeah, it's like it's not suicide. It's swamp water. Like it gets you most of the way there.
Yeah. We knew it was gross.
They do have the right color, though. I mean, that is the.
It might be. Yeah, it is a little edgelord, Brian. The way that we described it, it's like you're not killing yourself. Jesus, you're drinking some Fanta mixed with Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, there's Mountain Dew in that Pepsi. Ooh,
exactly.
It's such a weird thing.
I think that was more realistic.
It's such a weird thing that kids, anybody who's ever, I swear everyone who's listening to us has probably done this. Like, why is that even a thing? At some point in our lives, we had to get over this hump, which was, what if I put all the drinks in at once? We all had to do it. We may have had a name for it, like we all did just now, but whether we did or we didn't, we've all done it at least one time, and it was probably in your youth. And those who are listening who are the outliers are like, man, I never did that. You can go do it now. Go to McDonald's. They'll let you in there for a minute. Just... you'd be all set.
I actually walked by McDonald's the other day, and I was really in the mood to get McDonald's, and they wouldn't let me in.
Oh man. Well,
did you have a car? Could you have gone through the drive-through?
Well, I was walking.
He was rollerblading.
Oh, okay.
He was a Antifa
We on
rollerblader.
rollerblades.
I wasn't on rollerblades. I wish I was on rollerblades.
That'd be awesome because then
What you
you'd have
gotta
to
do is
film
just
it.
hit up some cars. They're about to go in the drive-through, and you go, "Hey, buddy, when you go through, can you pick me up a Big Mac?"
I like that was something that would have been awkward before the worldwide plague had damaged our psyches. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something like, or if even the person that would roll down their window and engage in this bizarre parlay with me is somebody
Right.
that I would even want to be dealing with.
Good point. Yes.
Well,
You're like, no, like you, sir, that is risk-taking behavior that I don't want to associate myself with.
yeah, it would be a very strange scene. Well, if you do it, make sure you film it. Everything is content. And speaking of content, Justin's got plenty of that going on. He's back, and that means content. Justin, what do you want people watching this week?
Well, I would hope that everybody watches me live here on this website, twitch.tv/Justin R. Young, but I have a new schedule. So I will not be live after this program on Tuesdays, but on Monday, I am live from 7 to 10 p.m. doing some night streams.
Whoa.
And then Wednesday, back in the morning. So I'll be live right after TMS. Thursday, I'm back on at the night, 7 to 10 p.m. And then Friday, right after TMS, or what would be right after TMS if you guys did a Friday show. And we will take your live calls there. So still on 4 days a week, but an extra hour tacked on in the night streams. And I had a really, really good time last night on the larger set here that we have that we've built, and I'm having a really, really good time. But yeah, twitch.tv/Justin R. Young, and of course the Politics podcast.
Yeah.
Well, if you're free Friday afternoon, consider joining us for we're going to be doing Patreon Playdate, doing Jackbox games in the afternoon. So if you have a little time for a game or two,
Yeah, we'll see.
You could draw penises. We'll see you later.
The jury will now retire.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
The jury will now retire.
I always forget to play the damn thing. All right, well, I did this time.
Totally fine. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I'm here to play a bonus mashup. Now, I know we just did one yesterday, okay? I know that. And I know sometimes just this stuff just comes fast and furious, but I hear this new one is really something, and maybe less for the kids. But I don't know. But it's called That's What She Said, and so that's what makes me think that. This is from, of course, TMS Mashups. Jamie, enjoy. So let's stick it in there and rub it around.
Ew. Oh.
You had me at anal. It's going to be hard and sweaty, but we're going to do it. Shouldn't say hard and sweaty out loud. Brian is a nice round hole to my round peg.
Oh, my God.
Okay, here we go. Well, that's big. Holy shit. All right, so pull that back. Now we got all the easy openings.
Oh, you're boning your mom.
Yep.
Just kind of like,
Yeah.
like really quickly jerk into towards them and make them drop their phone.
Two cocks from different mothers.
Wow.
That came out
Wow.
wrong. That came out totally wrong. Oh, geez. What are we do? What are we looking at here? What is this?
If it's that hot, you're not going to want to put your finger in there.
No.
You're not swallowing it whole or gulping it down.
Oh, I don't like how she's sucking.
All right, Monday I did it in 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
Get on the phone. Hey, Carl, I beat your best time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, totally.
Feel like I'm licking somebody's pipe.
Oh, jeez.
Sounded wrong, didn't it? Those two guys in general in the 80s would come on everything. If it's dark and there's a thing in there you don't want to put in your mouth, you won't know it till it's too late. I want all of it, all the time. Just shower me with it. They're longer, though, and slimmer.
I think it's exactly.
I think the length, you don't think that length is too long?
Nope.
I need 7 inches or more.
I have a big, huge 2 foot tall. No, is
Hello.
it? Yeah, 2 foot tall. mega.
Sorry, Brian's killing me over there. He's like, hello. Kim and I will pound one of those out this afternoon, or this. Kim and I will pound one out after the show. And there's a male sitting right at the hole going, some penises are coming, everybody. You get ready.
And I'm pulling it up. It's coming. Hang in there. I'm here. It's almost here.
Stick it in. Put it in me.
There's a little bit of, you feel something. And
I always feel it. There's no way I don't feel it.
I don't want tugging. I don't want pulling. I don't want anything. I'll show you.
Ooh, Brian's going to show me. He's a shower, not a grower. All you have to do is say, do you want 5 guys? And I'm in.
Right.
You want 5 guys?
Would you like 5 guys?
You can make it 2 guys. Yeah, he still comes on things. I didn't say that on purpose again, by the way. That was an accident.
The second time you did?
Yeah, that was not on purpose. It just came out. Oh my gosh. That is the most horrifying mashup he's ever made.
Wow. Please tell me that like is over the course of 9+ years of doing this show. It's not, we didn't say all that stuff in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, please let it be spread out, please.
Please.
All right. Well, that was great. I want to give a quick shout out to listener Nikki. I shouldn't say she because I don't know, but I assume so. Anyway, sent an email in. The subject was Dragonborn new Game Boy game. Says, hi, Nikki from Belgium. You know, they get the waffles and the Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Waffles.
Yep, Stroop waffles. Long-time listener since day one.
Frites.
Could you give these guys a shout-out on TMS? It's Spacebot Interactive. They made a very cool Game Boy game called Dragonborn. Thanks. Well, there you go. I've done it. I've given them a shout-out for their game.
Cool.
So
you can get a new Game Boy game?
Yeah,
How does that work?
That's true. They've made a cartridge, which is nuts.
Wow.
I looked this up a little bit. Let's see. So I'm going to tell you real quick. I think it is basically not a remake, but here it is. It's a Dragonborn brand new adventure for Game Boy. It's an adventure RPG created by GB Studios. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like all the green, like...
That's fantastic.
Screen stuff and everything.
Yeah, monochrome. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
It's very cool. Chat, here's a link if you want to check it out. Can't believe it. You always hear this once in a while. Someone's making a cartridge. And it's like, oh my gosh, really? Like SNES game came out last year from somebody.
Have you gotten that thing? I don't know if it was something you pre-ordered or if they've even gone on sale yet, but it was the new yellow monochrome game thing with a fishing reel spinner on it as opposed to...
the hand crank thing.
Yeah, whatever that thing is called.
Right.
Has that come out yet? Or?
That's supposed to be this year, but did it ever happen? What was that called? Shoot. Forgot the name. Yellow game machine with a crank.
The Playdate.
Playdate. There it is.
Play.date.
Read our 2020 status update. Okay. I will do that.
Boy. That can't be good.
Quick summary. Tough year, but our Season 1 games are locked with more games than planned. The hardware is locked. The OS is almost there, and mass production for Batch 1 starts next month. Playdate orders should start in early 2021. So there you go.
God, their photos look amazing.
I know. They make me
these
want
are probably
one.
3D renders, but they look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, there's a thing about this, especially this one on the main page you can rotate around. It makes me want one. Like, well done, guys. You did that thing that I didn't know you could do, which is make me want a thing just by looking at it. But
right.
But who knows? It might be garbage. I don't know.
Might be, but you know what? It's some pretty damn cool garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty good garbage.
Crankin's time travel adventure game.
Yeah, there's that one where you have to crank
You're
it.
going to get one of these, and you're going to rave about it and be like, all right, I'm going to get one. But,
yeah, I'll probably get one.
Yeah.
Because look at it.
Well, you've pre-ordered, haven't you? Or just pre-orders are available, you just haven't pre-ordered
I don't even know if you can do that. Can you? It just says orders. Can you pre-order? I don't think you can pre-order yet.
Okay, well then never mind.
It's best. Forget it then.
Then never mind. Forget.
I know what it is. You can sign up for their email list, and then they'll let you know when the pre-orders go up. So we'll see. I don't know.
Cool.
A little bit torn on the idea, but seems neat. Anyway, thanks for that email. You can send your emails to themorningstream@gmail.com. You can send your support to patreon.com/TMS. And you can find everything else at frogpants.com/TMS. A quick note, this Friday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be doing a special, probably 1 hour stream or so. Just me giving away a bunch of prizes. So some cool computer hardware, some prints, some art, some stuff, widgets here and there. But ultimately, the big grand prize that day is a brand new honkin' monster computer system with a brand new NVIDIA 3080 video card in that thing.
Oh, wow.
For free.
It's like Scott's Black Friday, but you don't have to go anywhere and get COVID.
That's right. And it's from doghousesystems.com. They're the partner in this. Also, Intel is helping out. And we're going to give one of those away to some lucky listener or someone who actually shows up. And you got to be in the chat room that night. So at frogpants.tv or twitch.tv/frogpants, either one gets you there. Go in there that night. This again is this Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. Be in there, and you have to be part of the chat room to be considered. There's only a couple of rules. One of them is if you're international, no dice. It has to be. This is only for America. Sorry, American winners only. Well, not for everything, but just for the PC part of it. Everything else, there's chances for international stuff. But for the PC, it's U.S. only. Anyway, if you're in that chat room, you'll be chosen at random, and it's going to be rad. Like, you're going to get the coolest rig. This thing is a monster. It's a beast.
That's cool.
It's
That's
the hottest
really
thing you can
cool.
get. And look, right before Christmas, right before freaking what's that game? Cyberpunk. Like, all these reasons to play it. It's going to be amazing. So 7 p.m. Friday night at frogpants.tv. Be there and win that, and possibly other prizes. There's some SSD drives that are going to be in there that are just going to be given away. We're going to give away some other cool hardware from Doghouse, and I've got like art to give away, stickers, all kinds of stuff. And if you win a sticker, it doesn't mean you still can't win the computer. That's the thing. This isn't like, oh, you've been eliminated.
Like, oh, I got a sticker and I'm not going to get anything else.
Right. You can win a smaller prize, but you're still in for the big one. Okay?
That's cool.
Unless you're international, then you're screwed. Okay, that's the end of that. Let's get the hell out of here. Do we need to? Well, we need to do a song. Let's do a song. You got a song?
Let's do a song. This is one from last week. I'm playing a little catch up on, or not last week, but last week and a little bit the week before. We didn't have any shows last week, so I have a little bit of makeup to do. Mark Hensley wrote in and said, 18 years ago, our youngest daughter, Anna, was born. She has overcome numerous struggles, including the devastating loss of her older sister, and has become a wonderful young woman with a quirky and dry sense of humor. She uses music as a coping mechanism. I can relate to that, and has become my main for new music to listen to during the day. I leave it to you, Master of Covers, to pick a song to celebrate this milestone. Well, happy 18th birthday, Anna. I know it was last week, but hope you had a really, really good birthday. Apparently you like anything alt-rock. Black Veil Brides, MCR, Bring Me the Horizon, all bands that my son Tristan really likes, or liked anyway when he was living here, and all music that I told him to turn down at one point or another. So let's go with Black Veil Brides. This is their cover of Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. Came out on a single called Rebels, an EP in 2011. Here's Black Veil Brides and Rebel Yell.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Believe me, everything is fine.
Wow.